Hello, young and smart friends. Welcome to Chai with Current, your invaluable guide to civil services and all other entrance examinations. As mentioned earlier, I've had a fractured shoulder in many parts, so please let it be and forgive my attire. Let work go on. Dear friends, many people have said that the 21st century belongs to Asia, A, and B, that for most of history and human civilization, China and India have been the dominant players in the global world order. That changed only over the last 400 years or so. So, what happened today was a historic summit meeting between Donald Trump, President of the US, and the leader of China, Xi Jinping. Don't go by what is appearing in the media. Perhaps for the first time, Donald Trump has not been successful at all in bullying a country to agree to trade concessions and other concessions which would be detrimental to that economy and beneficial to China. Not just that, there have been other leaders like the leader of Brazil, the leader of India, who have refused to bow down to the bullying of Donald Trump and the United States. But Xi Jinping and China have got one step ahead. They have not only not blinked, but they have also imposed curbs on the exports of rare earths, which has badly hurt the United States. Now, rare earths are very, very important elements which go into the manufacture of smartphones, electric vehicles, space stations, consumer electronics, laptops, batteries, name anything. Without rare earths, manufacturing in the modern era is impossible. And the USA started feeling the pinch, which is why this summit meeting between the two leaders. Let me point out three crucial things here, which many people have not mentioned or have forgotten to notice. Number one, this summit meeting has been hyped repeatedly by Donald Trump and the American media, not Xi Jinping and the Chinese media. For them, it has been taken as a routine summit meeting. Number two, before going into the G meeting, Donald Trump posted on social media that he is going into a G2 meet. So, for the first time, the United States is formally acknowledging that China is a superpower virtually equal to that of the United States. Now, what happens to the old partners and allies of the USA like France, Britain, Germany, Japan, South Korea, and for that matter, even India? They can go for a toss, right? Third and most important, every time Donald Trump has been meeting a global leader over the last 7 months or so, that country has promised to invest hundreds of billions of dollars inside America and possibly in American manufacturing. Now, Xi Jinping and China are possibly the first major country and economy which have refused to commit to invest even one single dollar in the United States. That is the stark reality of the changing geopolitical order in the world. And everyone now has to accept that China is a formidable superpower. Now, what are the lessons for a country like India? The lesson is very, very simple. As long as your economy is not very strong and very powerful, and as long as it is vulnerable to pressure points, shocks, sanctions, tariffs, and other stuff, you will not be able to stand up to a bully. What has China done? In 2024, exports from China to the US was $525 billion. But because of punitive tariffs imposed by the United States on China for the last few months, in September 2025, exports from China to the United States declined steeply by 27%. And yet, total Chinese exports in the same month have grown at 8%. It means that China and Xi Jinping have taken the tariff tantrums of Donald Trump in their side They have not bothered about it. They have not blinked. In fact, they have counter-attacked, and hence the summit meeting today, where there have been minor concessions given to each country by the other. Donald Trump has promised to visit China in April 2026. So we can call this a ceasefire in the trade war between US and China. After April 2026, nobody knows what will happen given that Donald Trump is such an unpredictable person. But one lesson is very clear for India. Please grow as fast as possible and become as strong as possible economy, so that by the end of another decade or so, India also is in a position like China where it can point blank refuse to be bullied. Thank you, friends, and do subscribe to Chai with Current and enjoy fresh insights.